After 60, kidney function can change without announcing itself. You may feel completely normal and notice nothing unusual, even while your kidneys are filtering less efficiently than before. That is what makes kidney health easy to overlook. Early changes may not produce obvious warning signs. Aging alone does not mean kidney disease, and feeling well cannot tell you exactly how your kidneys are functioning. A clearer picture comes from medical evaluation. Blood and urine tests can help a healthcare professional assess kidney filtration and detect changes that symptoms may miss. This matters especially for older adults with diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, or other kidney risk factors. So before removing fruit or following a restrictive kidney diet because of something you heard online, understand your numbers first. That shifts the question from, which foods should I fear, to a far more useful one, what actually fits my kidneys right now? That question becomes important when potassium enters the conversation. Some older adults hear that high potassium can be dangerous in kidney disease and respond by cutting out most fruit they once enjoyed. But kidney nutrition is rarely that simple. A banana, berries, and a small apple do not provide the same amount of potassium, and the right choice varies by person. What matters is the fruit, the portion, your blood potassium, kidney function, medications, and any dietary limits recommended by your healthcare team. Even a fruit considered lower in potassium is not automatically unlimited, while some people with kidney disease may not need the same restriction as someone else. The goal is not to fear an entire food group, but to make choices based on your medical needs. That leads to a better question. Which fruits may fit more easily into a planned evening snack without turning kidney-friendly into eat as much as you want safely? Among the evening fruit options, tart cherries deserve attention for a reason that has more to do with sleep than with treating the kidneys. Tart cherries naturally contain melatonin, a hormone involved in the body's sleep-wake cycle, along with anthocyanins, the plant pigments responsible for their deep red color. Research suggests tart cherry products may support certain measures of sleep in some people, although the evidence is not strong enough to call them a sleep treatment. More importantly, there is no good reason to claim that eating tart cherries before bed can cleanse, repair, or restore damaged kidneys. That distinction matters. If tart cherries fit your potassium, carbohydrate, and fluid needs, a modest portion may be one possible evening fruit choice. But calling them the best fruit for your kidneys before bed goes beyond what the evidence can establish. And that brings us to other fruits that may offer different nutritional advantages. Blueberries and strawberries show why choosing fruit for kidney health is about more than simply labeling a food good or bad. Both berries provide fiber and colorful plant compounds, including anthocyanins and other antioxidants that have been studied for their role in overall health. In controlled portions, they can also provide relatively modest amounts of potassium compared with some higher potassium fruits. But that does not make them unlimited. A small serving of fresh or frozen berries can quickly become 2 or 3 servings when eaten straight from a large container. Whole fruit is generally the more practical choice because it retains fiber and makes portions easier to recognize, while juices, sweetened, dried fruit, muffins, and berry-flavored products can be very different nutritionally. So the lesson is not to eat more berries because they sound healthy. It is to choose the real fruit, watch the total amount, and make sure that portion fits your individual kidney and blood sugar needs. After colorful berries, the next useful choice may look almost too ordinary: an apple. It does not need a superfood label to earn a place in a balanced eating pattern. Apples provide fiber and plant compounds, with some of that nutrition concentrated in or near the skin. More importantly, eating the whole fruit changes the experience compared with drinking apple juice. You have to chew it. It takes longer to finish, and the fiber can help with fullness while slowing how quickly the natural sugars are consumed and absorbed. For an older adult watching both blood sugar and kidney-related dietary limits, that simplicity can be valuable. An apple is not a kidney treatment, and eating one will not repair damaged kidneys. Its real advantage is much less dramatic. It is familiar, portion-friendly, widely available, and easy to maintain as a habit. Sometimes the smartest choice is not a miracle food, but an ordinary food that actually fits your needs and routine. That same lesson becomes even more important with grapes and raspberries. Red and purple grapes provide plant compounds such as flavonoids, while raspberries stand out for their fiber. Both can fit into some eating plans, but the real issue is often not the fruit itself. It is how quickly the portion grows. Grapes are easy to eat by the handful, and a bowl containing raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries can look perfectly healthy while quietly adding up to several servings. Instead of counting each fruit separately, pay attention to the total amount in the bowl. There is another detail that matters for some people with advanced kidney disease. Fruit also contains water. If your healthcare team has prescribed a strict fluid limit, that fluid may need to be considered as part of your individual plan. So once again, kidney-friendly does not mean unlimited. The safest choice is the portion that fits your current kidney function, lab results, medications, and nutrition goals. Pineapple brings us to another important distinction. A fruit can offer useful nutrients without becoming a treatment. Fresh pineapple provides vitamin C and contains bromelain, a group of enzymes that has been studied for possible effects related to inflammation and digestion. But that research does not mean a serving of pineapple can treat kidney inflammation, repair kidney damage, or replace medical care. For some people, a modest portion may simply be another fruit that fits their individual eating plan. The timing matters too. Pineapple is acidic, and some older adults with heartburn or acid reflux may find that eating it close to bedtime makes symptoms worse once they lie down. In that case, moving it earlier in the day may make more sense. This is a useful reminder that the healthiest food on paper is not always the best choice for your body at a particular time. And the next fruit reveals an even bigger trap. Sometimes the problem is not the fruit, but the product built around it. Cranberries reveal one of the most important distinctions in health nutrition. Supporting health is not the same as treating disease. Research suggests that cranberry products may modestly reduce the risk of recurrent urinary tract infections in some people, but they do not treat an infection that is already present, cure a kidney infection, or replace antibiotics when medical treatment is needed. The form you choose also matters. Cranberry juice cocktails and dried cranberries can contain substantial added sugar, turning a seemingly healthy choice into something very different. Unsweetened options may be more appropriate for some people, but portions still matter. There is another caution. Cranberry products may interact with warfarin, although evidence about this interaction is not completely consistent. If you take warfarin, discuss regular cranberry use with your doctor or pharmacist. The bigger lesson is simple. Never let a healthy reputation turn food into medicine. Here is the most important point. There is no single kidney-friendly fruit plan that works for everyone. Two people can both have chronic kidney disease and still need very different diets. Someone with stage 4 or 5 KKD, a history of high potassium, or a prescribed fluid or phosphorus restriction may need tighter limits than someone with earlier stage disease. People receiving dialysis can have different needs as well. What changes the picture are your lab results, kidney function, medications, other health conditions, and the nutrition plan recommended for you. That is why copying another person's kidney diet, or avoiding a fruit simply because someone online called it dangerous, can be misleading. Even foods described as lower in potassium still contribute to your total intake. The goal is not to find a universal list of safe fruits. It is to understand which choices and portions fit your own medical needs. And that changes what the final takeaway of this entire conversation should be. So the final lesson is not to fear fruit, but to understand what actually fits your body. There is no need to rebuild your entire diet overnight. Start with something simple. Choose whole fruit more often than juice. Watch for added sugar, and keep the total portion reasonable instead of assuming that a kidney-friendly food is unlimited. Most importantly, do not copy someone else's kidney diet just because it worked for them. Your kidney function, potassium levels, medications, blood sugar, and fluid needs may be completely different. If you have advanced kidney disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, abnormal potassium levels, or a prescribed fluid restriction, talk with your doctor or renal dietitian before making major dietary changes. Food can support a healthy routine, but no fruit can repair damaged kidneys or replace medical treatment. The most useful change is often the one you can safely repeat. One informed choice, one sensible portion, and one habit that truly fits your health.